I'm here at the northern boundary of the Yankee Springs Recreation Area, just off of Chief Noonday Road. Behind me is the start of the North Country Trail. There's a signpost there talking about the area. So I'm going to start my hike here and head south into the Yankee Springs area. Hopefully hike about 5 miles and then turn around and come back to my car. There's a parking area on the north side of the road, and then on the south side of the road I found the start of the trail that I want to take. So here we go. Came across some really pretty purple flowers. There's a bumblebee gathering pollen. I'm not sure what they are, but they have a very distinctive leaf. So when I get home I can look this up in my wildflower book. Here's kind of an open area. There's lots of sassafras growing around here. Lots more of these purple flowers that I mentioned before. And also there's poison ivy to watch out for. A fair amount of poison ivy along the trail. But as long as you stay right on the trail, you're not going to be walking through it. I've been seeing a lot of these bicycles prohibited signs along the trail, which is a good thing because this area gets heavily used by mountain biking enthusiasts, and they have their own set of trails to use. So I'm glad that I don't have to run into them on the hiking trail, because it's kind of obnoxious, really. I really like this kind of a trail where there's a lot of vegetation on both sides, and it's like you're walking through a green tunnel. Trail is well marked. The blue blazes are pretty fresh, so people are maintaining this trail. So far, really nice. Well, I mentioned bicycles earlier. Right here I've got the trail mark NCT for hiking, and then just off to my left here there's another trail. A well-worn trail that I'm assuming is a mountain biking trail. So it's nice that the bikes have their own path to go on, and the hikers have their own path. Well, since I've got this new camera with a flip-up screen, I thought I would just try it out for a little stretch here and see how it does, keeping me in the frame. You can see what I'm walking past. Came to a signpost. It's got some little brochures here. And a trail map that I didn't have before. So I'll just take this with me. Well, I came to a juncture in the trail here with a lot of things happening. There's an arrow that says ski that points off in this direction down a two-track road. And then directly behind the signpost there's what I believe is the mountain biking path. And then there's the hiking path that I just came off of. And up ahead of me it says McDonald Lake access down this two-track road. And then the North Country Trail takes off in this direction. I think I'm going to take a side trip down to McDonald Lake just so I can check out the lake. So I'm going to follow this two-track here for a little bit and then come back to the trail. Little trail here leads off of the two-track road, and I see the lake up ahead. Only took a couple of minutes to get here. A little dock here that's seen better days. Nice little lake with no cottages, nothing around. Lots of lily pads which don't look like they've really started growing yet. Nice spot to take a little break. Came to another junction here. There's another trail here called Chief Noonday Trail, which is joining my trail to the right. And then the two trails continue together, as it says on this sign. Here's a gigantic tree that looks like it got snapped off in a strong wind. It wasn't cut down with a saw, and it doesn't appear to be lightning struck, so I guess the wind brought it down. Another trail marker. It says Long Lake Trail to the right, Graves Hill off to the left, and I see a blue blaze up ahead to the left, so I guess I'm going up towards Graves Hill. Well, I've been going uphill for at least 10 minutes now. I have to admit it slowed me down. I'm kind of breathing hard. And I come to another signpost. North Country Trail, blue arrow goes to the right. There's another trail that goes off to the left that says spur trail to Graves Hill Overlook. 3 minutes round trip. So I guess I'll go to the left and see what this overlook is all about. Well, Graves Hill Overlook was a disappointment. A couple rocks to sit on and really nothing to see. So I'm down the trail a ways, walking over some roots and stuff, and there's a lake up ahead of me. Which looks a lot more interesting than Graves Hill was. You can just see the lake through the trees there. There's a little marker here that says something about the Hall Lake Trail, so I'm assuming this is Hall Lake. But I'll have to see if there's a little access trail so I can get down by it. There's a little tiny creek here. With an old wooden bridge that walks across it. It's really just a trickle of water, but it goes down, drains into the lake, which is right up there. Okay, here's an opening where I can walk right down to the lake. It's a beautiful little lake. A little island out there. No cottages, no boats. Very nice. Well, I had to change batteries in my camera. And the trail here follows along the shore of this lake, Hall Lake. Trying to keep the camera level here. There goes a trail runner. Really a nice spot. Two more hikers. Now you're in my video.
Oh, hi.
Another little creek crossing here with a bridge. This is a little bit bigger than the last one. Again, it drains out into the lake right there. Well, I've been on the trail over 2 hours now, and so I'm going to look for a spot to stop and have lunch. And then I really got to get back because it's going to take me another 2 hours to get back to my car. So what I need now is a good sitting log, and a place to set up my little wood stove. This would be a good spot, but I don't want to have a fire going with all these dried leaves and pine needles around. I need to find more of a clearing. So I'll keep going a little bit. Well, this is a good spot to stop for lunch. I've got a log here and some branches I can sit on. And I've got a mossy spot on the ground where I'm not going to spread any fire into the woods. So this will do. Well, I've got some water on the fire. There's my little flint and steel fire kit right there. Should only take less than 5 minutes to get that water boiling. I can make my ramen noodles for lunch, which I like because it's simple and it's cheap. I could bring along a sandwich with me on a day hike or something that doesn't require a fire, but to be honest, I like building a fire in this little wood stove, and it's kind of fun, so that's why I do it. I'm going to say goodbye to Hall Lake. Get back on the trail and start to head back to my car. It should take me about 2 hours. Going back over that bridge that I passed earlier, this time I'm coming at it from a different angle. I'm on the combined Hall Lake Trail, North Country Trail. Back across the other bridge that I crossed earlier. This is the section of the trail that tired me out and got me out of breath earlier. Only this time I'm going downhill instead of up. Makes a big difference. Well, I'm back to the purple flowers that I saw earlier today. So I'm really not that far from my parking place. I made it back to the road where I started. It only took an hour and a half to go that 5 miles. Back to the parking lot. There's my car up ahead. I use an app while I'm hiking called Backcountry Navigator, and it gives me this screen so that I can see where I am at all times, and then shows me my whole track that I took when I'm done with a hike. I really find it useful, and it's a good way to not get lost if the trails aren't well marked. It also has another screen which I wasn't able to capture, but it shows the total miles that I traveled, how many hours I was hiking, and how many hours I was actually moving. So it's a very useful app. Today's hike was very pleasant, nice day out, nice trail. So that's all for now.